So I messaged this guy today and reminded him that his stuff has been here, you know, ready for a week. And sometimes I guess people just need a reminder to come get their stuff. He messaged right back, said, I'll be over there at, sometime this afternoon. So what else is going on? You know, I try to get people to tell me when they're going to be here, so in case I have to go pick something up or drop something off, I can schedule around those folks. So I do kind of wish that folks would give a more specific time, because somebody called right now and said, hey, can you get my lawnmower? I would say, well, yeah, probably, but maybe tomorrow. You know, it still would be a guessing game. So, and then this guy, I got hold of him, told him his mower was ready, and this one was he hit something pretty hard and bent this bar and bent the deck, and I put new blades on it and straightened all that out. And he said I could bring it back to him on Thursday morning. So this one's fairly new. I guess John Deere was pretty new too. The John Deere, I think, is a 2022, and this one is a 2022. So 4 years each on them, probably three. You know, this one was made on, let's see, May. It was made in May, so you figure it makes it to the store, sits there for a couple months, probably got it in August. So got the grass cut yesterday, and well, yesterday and the day before. It rained Sunday. That's the day I like to cut the grass. And so Monday night I jumped on the mower and I mowed it all down, and then last night I weed eated. That's where Girly is buried, and that's where Skitty is buried, right in front of her. That's Skitty, that's Girly. And sure does look nice when the grass is cut. So, well, I talk about YouTube quite a bit. You know, hoping that the channel will grow. You know, lawnmower repair business, and I'm not the only one saying this. Keith, he runs he's a subscriber, has been a subscriber for years. He runs a auto shop, and he said, he messaged me, he said his shop is even slow this year. So I guess it's just something wrong that I don't understand. The place across the street last year got their grass cut every week. Red, get over here, come on. Red, no! She was on the other side of the road. So, but she used to get that cut every week, and this year it hasn't been cut in a few weeks, so I'm kind of thinking maybe she has asked them to stop cutting it every week, which means less wear and tear on the lawnmower, which means less work for me. So if everybody's doing that, and I think one of the things that I've noticed is a lot of people are asking people to come out and mow their yards for them. Companies, commercial companies. I think what happened was it rained so much and it's so cold that the Kansas City people said, you know what, I'm not going to mess with the grass this year. So they're just hiring people because they can't, when they come down, it's raining, it's cold, they don't want to cut, they can't cut. So they just say, well, I'll hire a guy, he can come out whenever it's dry enough to cut, and they come out throughout the week and cut it. So that means less mowers to work on. So as long, and I've said this before, as long as I can get enough mowers here that I can make 2 to 3, 4 videos a week, I'll be happy. So essentially, if I can find a mower, somebody brings a mower here and it needs 2 things, that's 2 videos. So even if it's a service, I can video the adjustment of the valves, and then I can make another video changing the oil and that kind of stuff. So that gives me 2. That means I have enough videos for the next the other channel. It still is adding to the stockpile of videos, and that's the key. Is I want to make sure I got a stockpile. I don't want to get behind. I got enough videos to get me through November of 2027. So a year and 6 months basically, and I'd like to have about 4 years worth. That way if something happens, you know, I can just let that channel go and it'll keep spitting out videos every week and I don't have to worry about it. Whereas this one, I don't have to work real hard at it. I just, it's a vlog, and you know, as long as I can sit down and talk, I should be okay. But like this, it's a slow season, so you know, I'd like to have that extra cushion of videos just to make sure that, you know, you can get through the slow season, or not slow season, but the slow year. I don't know, it still may pick up. I looked at a few videos from this time last year, and a year ago today, all I had here was a pressure washer and 2 weed eaters that I couldn't fix. It was cost too much to fix them. So I really didn't have a lot here last year either. And as far as that pressure washer, you know, I remember it very clearly. He wanted me to deliver it at 6 o'clock at night every night. Yeah, you can come by 6. And I just wasn't going to drive those back roads with the deer out. I just wasn't going to do it. The deer are just absolutely thick out there on those lake roads. So, and why should I, you know, my time, that's the thing, is I got 10 hours scheduled every day for Monday through Sunday, or Saturday, Monday through Saturday. But they want me to work 12, 15 hours for a hobby business. So I guess there's just, in a town like this, you're just not going to get a lot of business. It's just not going to happen. You know, years ago, 10 years ago, I had considered opening a lawnmower business in St. Clair, Missouri. And that's a bigger town. It's just southwest of St. Louis, probably 40 miles or so, maybe 50. And it's right on Highway 44. And I've researched this quite a bit. There would have been a lot of competition there. There would have been a lot of difficulties, and I'd have had more regulations put on me in that area. But here, we have a smaller customer base, but less problems. So, you know, I guess it's 6 one way, a half dozen the other. But in actuality, I would imagine this is just a better deal. And since it is a hobby business, and it's only supposed to help me supplement some of my income, I don't know, I'm just kind of maybe a little obsessive about things. Once I want to do something, I just want to make sure that I do it great. And you know, not having a lawnmower here to work on right now, I don't feel like I'm doing great, even though I know I'm doing great. It's just cognitive dissonance, or whatever you want to call it. I can see that my bay is empty and I should be working. On the other hand, I can see, well, you know, we've made pretty good money this year. We raised our prices, and that didn't really affect us very much. And I know somebody's going to say, how do you know? Well, nobody really questions the price. That's the thing. So, you know, it just, and it was only $15. So I don't see it as a huge issue. You know, as long as you can keep your bill on $100, usually people are pretty okay with it. And the Kansas City people are like, if it's under $200, they're fine with it. I did message one guy today. I did a rebuild on his mower. It's been sitting around for 4 years, and it needed quite a bit of work done. Lots of wiring had been chewed up by mice. I got all that fixed. It had a safety switch that wasn't working, had a couple flat tires, got inner tubes in it, needed a new starter, a new carburetor. It needed a new shroud. So you know, and I told him, I said, I don't think this thing's worth fixing up. So I went pretty cheap on it with him, because I didn't want it to really come back on me. That I charged him an extravagant amount. I charged him just a little bit more than what the parts cost. And I figured, well, if the parts don't fail, I mean, a shroud, it's a plastic thing that goes over your engine, that's not going to fail. Starter could fail, okay. The carburetor shouldn't fail if he keeps good, clean gas in it. But all that wiring and the safety switch, you know, it had me a bit concerned. So I tried to minimize the price. Well, he ended up giving me a bunch of money extra as a tip. He said, I think you're not charging me enough, which I wasn't. But anyway, I messaged him today, and I wanted to make sure that mower was still running. He said, yes, sir, running great. So that was kind of a relief, because I really didn't want to upset that family. It's a big name family around here. And I'm not even saying they're a rich family or anything like that. They're just very popular people. So I wanted to make sure that they were happy, and he seemed okay. I worked on a blower for him, a leaf blower, actually 2 of them, and I messaged him and I asked him if they were running. He said, well, one of them's not running right, and I know what it is, and I don't know how to teach people how to start their equipment. I've tried, but those Husqvarnas, I think that's what it was too, I'm sure it was, you have to have the throttle pressed in when you start it. It's got to have full air. And there's starting instructions. So I know it runs, but he never brought it back. I told him, oh, just bring it back, I'll look at it. And essentially what I planned on doing was showing him how to start it. You know, I was going to bring my tachometer out to make sure it was running at the right RPMs. So, but he never brought it. I guess he just, not that big of a deal. I don't know. But at least that lawnmower's running, because I was worried about that. I mean, there was too much money invested into that for it not to run. And he gave it to his kids. So, and the thing is, if it wasn't running, I'm not really sure how to get back out there. I picked it up at his place. I know where he lives. So I fixed it, put it back in the truck, and he says, so meet me back at my place and you can follow me out to my kid's house. I thought, okay, well then I'll know where they live, and that way if we have problems, I can go and pick it up. Nah, I got lost like the 3rd turn. I don't even know how I got out of there. So if there's a problem with it, I would have to follow somebody out there again. And I know somebody's going to say, use Google Maps. I tried. That's why I had to follow him, because Google Maps couldn't find the road. See, and that's the thing, is all these people who tell me that I should get a trailer for my truck so I can haul these lawnmowers around, and I keep saying the roads just won't allow it. That's a perfect example. It's so bad out here that Google's car, the camera car, won't drive these roads. So if it's not in Google, what makes you think that I'm going to be able to drive a trailer down it? Oh, I know, because you're smarter than me. That's right. I forgot. That's right. Speaking of smarter, got a new subscriber on the new channel today. And he was telling me how great of a mechanic he is. Been doing it for 5 years, and he subscribed to 50 other channels, and you know, he watches them all the time, and he's going to see if he can learn anything from me. And he was binge watching, and he starts critiquing the video, not the maintenance, the video. You need more lighting. You need to zoom in. You need to do this and that and this and that. And it was every video. Don't hold your camera next time. Use a tripod. Well, I do use a tripod. So I watched one of the videos that he complained about. Now, what he wanted me to do with this video was take the engine off the lawnmower and set it on my bench underneath a light, even though it says Shade Tree Mower Mechanic. Underneath the light, you know, big shop, I guess, and zoom in with a high-powered camera. And the thing is I use my editor, and I zoom in. And I know I zoom in a lot better than any other channel I've watched. I get my editor to go real close, and then I do this contrast in the editor where I can lighten up the frame. So I watched the video that he was talking about, and I could see every step that I did in that video. Now you gotta remember, I recorded this video over a month, or a year and 6 months ago. It's a year and a half ago. So, you know, I didn't have a good recollection of this mower, and I could see everything just perfectly. And there was one spot that I had to get real close, and I picked up my camera and I held the camera in front of the spot that I was showing. I guess that's why he thought I needed a tripod. I don't know. But he wanted me to take the engine off. That would have added 2 hours to the job. You know, I don't know what he's expecting. You know, if you don't have the skills to work on a lawnmower enough to say, oh, I see what he's doing, then, you know, maybe you shouldn't be working on it. I don't like saying that, but if you really need high-tech equipment recording a video, because I don't see what he couldn't see. Of course, he said he was 79 years old. Maybe he needs glasses. I don't know. So I put it through AI, and AI said it was perfectly edited. So I don't know what to tell him. But everybody's got a complaint nowadays. And it was just books and books and novels of comments. It was, I just, how am I going to read all this? Him just sitting there spewing out information that I need. And it wasn't anything about lawnmowers. It was all about videos. And I thought, well, you're not a lawnmower mechanic. Go make videos. So if you'll click this up next box to take the video over my other channel, I would appreciate it if you go check it out. So if I can inspire you, I don't know, not stress, I guess, like I do, so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.